Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a Hot Wheels 62 Gasser. Designed by Brendon Vetuskey, this casting debuted in 2022 in the Hot Wheels drag strip series. According to the Hot Wheels Wiki, this model is based on the 62 Corvette casting originally designed by Larry Wood in 2009. I hardly ever see any die-cast cars in Switzerland. I have to cross the Rhine River into France or Germany to find anything, but Paul from Die-Cast Graveyard generously sent me a pair of these a while ago as part of a mega mail call. And while on vacation in Croatia this past summer, I was able to find 3 more. That's 5 cars for 5,000 YouTube subs, along with a massive thank you from me to each of you, my viewers, for taking an interest in and supporting my hobby work. I'm taking an early retirement in a couple of weeks due to my ever-declining hearing. I'm legally deaf and can no longer teach at the level that is expected. Well, I can still fill a room with a big voice, I just can't hear the students' questions. It's a very isolating disability, so my hobby is important to me. It keeps my hands and my mind active, and I quite enjoy all aspects of it. The creativity, the actual builds of cars and fantasy creations, and the whole video editing end of it. For those of you who have been following since I started in 2020, I hope you see an improvement from those early efforts. And for each of you who have come on board more recently, I warmly welcome you too. I especially like it when you tell me where you're watching from. It's a growing family, currently with subscribers from 66 countries that I'm aware of. Cool. Also, thanks for helping me keep Maple Leaf Customs a family-friendly channel. I get my share of thumbs down too, don't we all? It's part of social media these days. But to date, only a small handful of comments have had to be censored or deleted. I'm big on kindness and spreading the love, and I hope that's reflected here in how things are presented on my channel. I appreciate your respectful comments, and I love to read your questions. In 4 years, I can tell you I've replied to every single comment. Keep them coming. That's a favorite part of the hobby for me. Right, so I've already stripped down all 5 of the cars, printed some 3D engines. There's 2 different varieties, and in order to fit them, I'm having to enlarge the hood openings. I use a Dremel tool attachment, and for the 3 smaller engines, these are called bug catchers. I only have to widen it a little bit, but I've got 2 special ones, and they needed a little bit more room to breathe. And that's where we are right now, with some bare metal detail and getting them all ready for primer and 5 individually different paint schemes. A couple of different times now I've done a large run of cars all in a batch. Normally I try to produce 1 custom build and 1 video a week. Saturdays are my regular upload day. But I've done 3, I've done 10 at a time, twice, and doing 5, I can tell you, it actually makes it a little bit easier because you sort of learn as you go, especially if they're all the same casting. You learn the nuances of that car, its challenges, and the next one gets easier, and then you fix up all the mistakes, and I had a good time working on these ones. They're all going to be giveaways, and I'll give you more information on how that works a little bit later on in the video. They're all primed up and laid out in a row. I'll show you what I've come up with in my mind for some colors in just a moment. But first, upcoming specials, Maple Leaf Customs, and I hope if you're here today, you'll be back for these. I'm doing a milestone Mini Cooper for an online friend. A recent house guest requested a Porsche 911 Turbo. Here's the Halloween build for the 4 Horsemen. It's a Chevy Nomad. And I'm going to take on the Hoonigan in a Ken Block tribute a few weeks from now. Also, down the road just a bit in November, a special build-off for Paul at Die-Cast Graveyard, and he's got all the information you need on his channel. Thank you again for 5,000 YouTube subs. If you're watching and you haven't hit that button, why not do it right now? It's absolutely free, and it's the best way you can help me to continue making customs and videos like this. I'm using Vallejo Model Air paint for all of my cars, and I think I've come up with some striking contrast, beginning with the classic red body, which is probably what I would drive if I had a real C1. I'll show you highlights from different cars instead of focusing all on one through this video. Make sure I get the underside and the wheel wells, and that'll set up and then get another coat on top. This is going to be the black body with a special gold trim that I put on it. This paint is nice because it goes right out of the bottle into the airbrush, and I sure get nice coverage with it. Oh, that's looking very nice already. You gotta get yourself one of these little vibrating paint shakers like this, especially for the small bottle sizes like that. I give it about 10 or 15 seconds on there, and that mixes up your paint beautifully, like this non-metallic silver that I'm applying on this car, which will get black trim highlights. And here they are, red, white, traditional Corvette light blue, silver, and black. It is a giveaway as a thank you to 5,000 subs, and all you've got to do is be a subscriber. How do I know? You're on your honor here. And leave a comment to this video, including 5K for 5,000. And I'll make a draw in about a week's time. Today's community shoutout goes to someone who does not need a boost from me, but Paul from Diecast Graveyard has been a great online friend preceding the time that he asked me to join the Four Horsemen. He's been a mentor and a confidant and a very generous man who helps so many of us in the community. So thank you, Paul. I sure appreciate our online friendship, and I hope to meet up with you one day and share a pint and talk about diecast and talk about life. If we both want that to happen, then we'll make it work somewhere, someday. Little oven cleaner goes on all 5 of the very realistic looking chrome interiors. After about 10 minutes, I take them out and give them a good rinse in water and pat them dry inside this microfiber towel, and I'm down to the original black plastic. You've already seen that I 3D printed some special engines to go in these giveaways, so I have to grind away the original engine that's cast into the plastic molding. For that, I use a burr tool attachment. Go lightly and slowly because the heat will just melt these and make a terrible mess, but there's how you can level out the engines to make way for the new ones. Here are my printed ones, with a couple of extras in case of catastrophe. They're chromed up and that takes a couple of days to dry. Off with the Hot Wheels steering wheels, and in with a couple of my own 3D printed ones. It's a pretty easy procedure. I like this period correct looking one. Doesn't that look sharp? They'll get painted up to match all the different interiors that I do. Now that the body paint is dry and clear coated, I can mask them up and shoot these side highlights in different colors. The light blue car gets white trim. The Tamiya hobby masking tape is coming off perfectly. Look at that. Muy bueno. There's the classic white on red. And the inverse is red trim on an all-white Corvette. This is my special gold package one. I think that looks really awesome. I'm going to put some gold wheels on there too. The 62 was the last year of the first generation of the Corvette, and it was the quickest of the first generation too, with new engine choices. I've made up my own decals and printed them on waterslide paper, especially for laser printers. This one has a blue backing. They go on especially easily on the white car. There's a 454 fuel injection and my own Swiss-tuned logo on the trunk of each of these. They all get a build number. And it's a signature series, so that's my autograph on the roof. And I don't want to be pretentious. That was a request from a frequent buyer, and I thought, poke a little fun at myself. It's almost tongue-in-cheek, but there it is. Maybe that makes it special for somebody. Corvette badge on the hood and a Maple Leaf Customs badge on the bottom. All 5 cars get decaled out identically. It's going to be the colors and the engines that set them apart. I always bag up the original wheels that I might not use in a build and label them and put them in a box for future considerations. I'm upgrading each one of these to a beautiful set of lettered Samed wheels. They're real rubber, and these are guaranteed to be super rollers. Here's my gold package car with the grille and the exhaust and the bumpers done. Looking very nice with the gold Samed wheels. For your next custom project, visit www.samedwheels.com and use the promo code MAPLELEAF to get a free bonus gift with your next order. They've been very generous with me, and I know with all the new wheels coming in, they'll have exactly what you need for your next project too. Get in touch with them. I've laid out all 5 cars here, and I won't show you the reassembly of each of them because they're all the same, but I start with the white on red. This is custom build number 260. Last thing is to tighten it up and check that the wheels are free, and they are, and I'll do the engines after all of these are together. One down, and now they're all done. Put a fan belt on the front of those. They set in just nicely and ride high as you want a big blown engine to look. All the headlights and taillights are done. There's a 5K badge on each of the doors and a build number on the roof. I like to put a Boss decal on each of my customs. I think it looks cool. Same bug catcher engine on the white Corvette. And also on the third one, on the light blue. That might be my favorite look right there. Number 262 came out so good. I love all Corvette iterations, but the first generation will always be a special one for me. I think the black on silver looks regal, don't you? And these engines are really cool. I don't know the name of it. I just think they look the part. And here's the one that's all pimped out in gold. Oh yeah, why not? White interior in there. I tried to give them each their own individual look. This is what I started out with. This is the Holly version. There's also a Mighty Mouse in copper color, the same 62 Gasser. But I used 5 of these and turned them into 5 unique MLC customs as a thank you giveaway for 5,000 YouTube subscribers. If you're one of them, I really do appreciate your interest and support of what I'm doing here. I hope that you'll be lucky in the draw. Don't forget to leave a comment below with the keyword. We'll find out who skipped over the middle of the video. And I'll make a draw in about a week's time. They're all free. I'll mail them anywhere in the world. Please be a subscriber when you do that. That's what this is all about. And it's my thank you to you. Each one of them is going to be packed and shipped in a custom acrylic display case. Extra value of 47 cents each. I'll take 30 seconds and show you how I do that. I make up my own. I print them on this Very heavy cardstocks. I think it's 200 grams. Each one of them has a small label on it with the bill number. And then I use some spray glue. I find this to be very convenient and clean. Hold it with a little alligator clip until it's time to put it on. You have no wiggle room here at all, so be accurate the first time. Smooth out the air bubbles. They each get a certificate of authenticity on a holograph sticker. Car will sit right on top of that. And there's the back. Each one with a build number, my channel logo, YouTube 5K on a graffiti wall. I think it looks kind of cool. I hope one of these ends up in your possession. There they are. Thank you again for tuning in today, and so many times if you're a regular viewer. I really do appreciate it. I have so much fun doing this, and I hope you're enjoying the ride. Come on back soon, and often. It's coffee time.